Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have an incredible deal for you. There aren't a lot of them left, but you're not going to believe how much this knife costs and where you can pick it up. So let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to give you a little heads up on this because we're actually going to be testing this here during this video. This is a now $13.39 knife. Now, I know everybody's going to say, oh my God, got to be a piece of junk. I'm not so sure, all right? This knife came to my attention. I bought it when it was $15.45. All right, now it's $13.39. This knife came to my attention. If you have watched Hashman Hills, he had a video on this knife. And when they shipped this knife to him, it was extremely dull, but it was $15. And you got these nice wood scales, nice mosaic pin back there, kind of a forged look to it. A really nice leather sheath. I was really impressed with that. It's actually a decently made leather sheath. And I'm thinking, heck, for $15, I'd buy the sheath alone, you know? And it comes with a knife. Well, I got mine, I don't know, about a couple weeks after his, and I noticed something. It's like they kind of heard other people's complaints because I went around looking for reviews on this knife. The knife for other people had come very dull. This one actually came pretty darn decent. I don't know if you can see the edge there, the blade edge. But it is sharp. It is actually very, very sharp. It shaves a little bit. You know, it's not like a shaving sharp, but it does a little. Got a little hair off there. So, not horrible, actually. And, you know, with a little bit of stropping, I could probably take that up to a whole another level. However, I want to just do this straight for the video and see how this knife holds up to some heavy-duty use. We're going to baton with it, make some curls, strike a ferro rod, maybe try to start a fire with it, break down some wood. There is one modification that I did make to this knife already. I probably should have made it on video, but I wanted to make sure I could do it and it wouldn't mess up the knife. And I did file down the top here a little bit because it looks and feels like a 90-degree spine, but it isn't. It's just a little bit of a hump there in the middle. So what I did was I just took a Dremel with a sanding disc and I made it all flat along the top here. When, you know, make sure you go slow when you do this so you don't heat up the knife and ruin the temper. I'm not sure of the temper of this. This is supposedly high quality carbon steel. Now, I will say that there was a little chip out of the scale on this side, where there's a scale on here, but there's a little chip out of it here. Again, for a $13 knife, if this thing actually works, I'm going to be really impressed. So what we're going to do is take it outside. I will leave you a link to Hashman Hill's video down below where he introduced the knife. There is another video later where he tried it and it didn't work out so well for him. It did do its job, but the scales were kind of loose. So we're going to try ours here and see how well this one's put together. So this is a full tang knife, supposedly handmade from carbon steel. They don't say what kind of carbon steel. 1095, not sure. They claim it has optimal edge retentions and resistance to rust, corrosion for long-lasting endurance. The handle is a nice kind of wood handle here. They don't tell me what kind it is. It is very comfortable, I'll give you that. I love the mosaic pin in the middle. They did a pretty nice job with the pins. It is nice and even through there. There's no hot spots in it. I messed around a little bit with it to see if there's any hot spots or anything. I don't feel anything off the bat, so we're going to try it out. So what we're going to do, take it outside. I'm going to chop up some wood with it, baton some wood with it. We're going to make some curls for a little tinder and strike a ferro rod and see how well this thing holds up. All right, so I just want to kind of see, just in general, how this thing goes. Yeah, seems to be cutting okay. I want to get a piece of fat wood here. Just kind of make a little bit of fat wood curls. Seems to be doing okay. I really should be doing it this way because there's a little more meat on the the wood there. There we go. Yeah, seems to be all right. Not having any problems with that. The edge still feels nice and sharp. No issues there. It is very windy out here. I apologize for the wind noise. So let's baton up some wood here. Let's see. Maybe have to move you back a little bit. Okay. Keep that fine. It seems to want to go through wood fine. I just got a lot of knots in this wood, so I'm just trying to go around them. No problems with the edge so far. So I'm just throwing some wood in here. Get some small pieces in there, get it started a little bit. I can't believe how windy it is out here today. They didn't even call for high winds today. So I hope that's not bothering the camera too much. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's where that knot is. We'll just go down this way. Okay. And break up some more. So I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit. I'm going to come up with a bunch of sticks over here, and we're going to see how this edge holds up. So far, it's holding up very well. No real issues. I'm just being careful not to slam it into the concrete below. So we're going to finish this up. I'll bring you back, and we'll see what it looks like. So we got a big piece of wood batoned up here. That was a pretty thick piece of wood. Absolutely no issues with the knife. I have to say, I'm actually kind of impressed. I expected it to roll an edge or something. No issues there. We're going to try and start this little bit of fat wood and some stuff I have here. Let's see. See how well my spine works. Well, seems to work. There we go. Stuff that in there. So, got it working with a ferro rod. Did a good job batoning wood. Would it be my primary knife? Probably not. Definitely not. But I mean, if it's all you can afford and you're just getting started, it's really not that bad. I'm really impressed that it actually did what it was supposed to do. I batoned quite a bit of wood there, and it worked pretty darn well. For those of you wondering, this is just an old hobo stove I built a while back. It seems to be doing the job, so I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to play with it a little bit more out here, let the fire burn out, put a little more wood in there, and see how we go from there. I'll bring it inside and we'll finish up. So as you can tell by probably the audio and the fire, it's pretty darn windy out here. But I gotta say, this thing has actually performed pretty well. I batoned a big couple of chunks of wood here, broke them down into pieces I can use manageably for this little hobo stove, and it seems to be doing the job pretty darn well. So we'll bring it inside. We'll do a little sharpness test on it. I don't feel anything that's separated or any kind of hot spots. That little bit of a gap was already there when I started. Again, we had the little broken piece here when I started, so that's no different. But hey, you know what? For the price, not bad. All right, we'll let this fire burn out. I'll bring you back inside and we'll finish up the video. All right, we're back inside. Cleaned up my stove. I still got some crud on my hands, but I want to see how sharp this is. Still feels very sharp, and it batoned a decent amount of wood out there. Let's see if it's still, kind of dull. Lost a little bit of its edge, but not too bad. Not too bad. We're still cutting. Just not as sharp as it once was when I put it out there. So, I mean, the steel on it is probably questionable quality. But if you're willing to look past that and have a good backup knife for an emergency or whatever, can't say I'd complain about it for 13 bucks. Like I said, I think there were like 8 or 9 left by the time I finally got around to looking at this and reviewing it. So again, you're not going to probably get a ton of these out there. But if you want to give it a try and check it out, seems like a pretty decent knife, especially for common camp task type stuff. If you don't use your knife every single day, if you just want to have an extra one lying around for an emergency, I could probably do this here. As a matter of fact, we'll give it a couple of pushes over the ceramic and see if that improves it any. Just quickly. Again, they say it's a quality carbon steel of some kind. I don't know if that's 1095 carbon steel or whatever, but just run it over there a couple of times, see if that helps any. And strop it on the back here. It feels sharper. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see? Big difference. Once I do that, whole world difference. So yeah, you're probably going to need to sharpen this up after every use. But all in all, not that bad. Gotta say, for 13 bucks, nothing broke apart. And I did beat on this knife. I did pound it in there and, baton a lot of metal. The only modification I've done so far is just give a flat spine back here Very, very gentle, kind of quick little thing with a Dremel sanding wheel. And we got a nice flat spine. You saw that easily made a spark. So I'm kind of impressed with it for $13. Can't complain. So this is the Rite Edge, or I guess they're calling it a Sozo or Sorzo, whatever Industries knife. They've changed the name on it. But heck, for $13, give it a try. See if you like it. I may even put this in my vehicle as an extra emergency kind of backup knife. I already have a decent knife in there. But maybe, you know, in a little emergency, extra kind of thing. Maybe somebody else is helping me split wood, whatever. This kind of thing would come in handy. So there it is. You can decide for yourself if you think it's worth it or not. I really can't say I found much wrong with it other than the broken scale on one side, and that's the way it came. It came like that. The sheath is nice, fits right in there, nice and easy. So nice little package for the price. Anyway, folks, I will leave a link down below where you can pick this up. I will also leave a link to Harshman Hill's knife video when he first got this, and you can check out his review after and some of the issues he had with it. It will be in my Amazon store. Don't forget, check out the Amazon store. Even if there's nothing in there that you really want to buy, just click the link, shop as you normally would on Amazon. It helps us bring you cool gear and lots of new stuff. Our freeze-dried wholesaler link, that link will save you 15% on anything you want in the store, and stuff is back in stock. It's coming back in, so definitely check them out. And our My Patriot Supply link, preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com, an excellent way to get yourself all stocked up on some good food very, very quickly. 3-month kit, $200 off, and my cat is invading back here. He's invading. At our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.